morning, and thank you for joining me on the Daily Bible Podcast. My name is William Hemsworth. Today we're going to continue on in Matthew chapter 5 today. But first things first, I'm feeling a little under the weather, so I apologize for any raspiness that my voice may have. Today we're going to be diving into the Sermon on the Mount, the beatitudes, very popular sayings of Jesus. We're going to look at Matthew chapter 5, verses 3 and 4 in particular. So let's go ahead and get to it. Matthew chapter 5, verses 3 and 4 say, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." So the poor in spirit, who are the poor in spirit? The poor in spirit are those who recognize their need. They recognize their need for God and His grace. They're not attached to the world, and they find their security in the Lord, and they rely on His mercy rather than their own merits or their material wealth. The spiritually poor can also be economically poor, and according to James 2:5, these types of people are normally very rich in faith, and full possession of the kingdom will be theirs in the final judgment. And then we move on to verse 4, which is, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." Blessed are those who mourn. Now the context of this verse indicates that they're mourning over their own sin. They're mourning over evil. They're mourning over their own sin. So Jesus is saying, blessed are those who recognize their sinfulness. He's going to come. He's going to comfort them. So these two passages today, these two verses, they're rich in meaning. Are we mourning over our own sin today? Now, it doesn't mean that we go around, literally crying or always in a state of hopelessness. We have that hope in Christ, that we are forgiven. But when we fall into sin, are we mourning over it? Or are we just like, oh well, not a big deal? You see, that's kind of the difference. And then verse 3, poor in spirit. Are we relying on ourselves? Or do we have that mindset that Jesus is indicating here, that without Him, without His grace, without His mercy, that we got nothing? Well, guys, hope you enjoyed this edition of the Daily Bible Podcast. I know it's a little short today. Like I said, I'm under the weather. My throat is very sore, so I apologize. If you enjoy the show, please share, please rate it, please subscribe. I thank you all for joining me on this journey through the New Testament. God bless you guys. Have a great day, and we'll catch you tomorrow where we go over verses 5 and 6 in the 5th chapter of Matthew. God bless you. Take care.